One love, Delta 9 travelers. Welcome in to the International Digital Connection. Listen, we got some very important and trending updates and headlines to update one another with in this live presentation. I want to say thank you to all the persons that are live with us right now in the early part of the early part of the live presentation. Listen, we got some striking updates coming in with what's going on with this paper sharks case. If I'm coming through and I'm coming through clearly, Delta 9 travelers, please and thank you. Drop a 9 in the comment section for me. 13 priceless ones. Big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. I seen the nines in the comment section. That mean I'm coming through and I'm coming through clearly. Big up to all the travelers. We live, buddy. We live right now. Live in the building on a Tuesday afternoon, July 14th. We live and we in the building with you, getting into these headlines and these updates. The international talk. Plus, we got persons tuned in all the way from Canada. Thanks for being a part of the live, Desiree. Good afternoon to you and all the persons tuned in from Canada and in the US, GT, all over the world. Guess what? It's Delta 9 Media. We got so many headlines. We got headlines to update one another with from the live that we would have done earlier. We heard that three persons, each one of them, $1 million bail. Three persons and each one 1 million bail. So far in the case with the new developments that's coming in the paper sharks case. Three persons get bail, 1 million apiece. Mark Richmond is one of those persons, and two other persons were bailed. So the situation continues. But guess what? The leader of the opposition was highlighting some striking updates that I said we got to have a live discussion about. I got to bring this one through and let me and all the Delta 9 travelers have some right thinking, deciphering. Because you know we's analyzing suss out what really going on with this thing. Big up to all the travelers who are early right now, the early travelers, the frequent travelers with us, plus all the persons who are here for the first time. Marcia, thanks for being a part of the live. Good evening and thanks for watching. Right? Alti, listening all the way from Guyana. See, international, we got people from GT, Canada, the US, the UK, the Caribbean, all over. Desiree, nice and clear, nice and clear. All right, good. Here what is important that we keep analyzing these information as they come in. It's important that we keep these things on the front burner. You know why? We're talking about the leader of the opposition. We're talking about one of the wealthiest nations in the world. We're talking about the fact that this case has been around for a while and there's a number of suspicious developments that you're going to hear highlighted by the leader of the opposition. We had a chance to hear the top cop analyze what's going on with this already. If you haven't heard it yet, check on the channel. You're going to get all those updates. Mo Plum, thanks for being a part of the live presentation. First time traveler with us, Mo Plum, big up yourself. Thanks for tuning into the live. All right, I think it's about that time, Delta 9. Vibert, what's going on? Thanks for being a part of the live and being a frequent traveler here with us. Pleasant evening to Delta 9 Media and all the right thinking viewers watching from the East Bank of Demerara. Big up yourself. You see, I tell you, we international, we global, buddy. Big up to all the frequent travelers with us. Now is about that time, I'm saying. It's about that time for us to start having a live analysis of what's going on here. So, with the opposition leader presenting these details to us, these striking new developments that we gotta analyze. Let's hear right now from the leader of the opposition himself, Honorable Mr. Mohamed.
This is why they're trying to take me down for the past couple of years since my perceived entry into politics. Currently, there are two innocent men who are both former employees of mine sitting in the lockups for 6 days now. This is a manipulation of the system and a blatant violation of their constitutional rights. Following my exposure of President Irfan Ali's massive corruption of his 150-acre mega farm, President Irfan has instructed Deputy Crime Chief Michel Caesar to immediately reopen the unsolved murder investigation for the second time of Fagundes. The first was right before the elections in July 2025. Amar Knott, an auto sales dealer, was arrested by senior superintendent in charge.
I didn't even know, and we want to say rise in power and condolences to his family and all his loved ones. I didn't even know that this case was heating up right before elections. So it seems as if if it was a situation where Team Win was a bit more aggressive towards the presidency or had a bit more leverage towards the presidency, like there would have been a case that would have come forward. Since then, we would have hearing all of this jiggery pokery we were hearing going on right here, Delta 9 travelers. What y'all think? What y'all think about this?
Charge of Special Branch, Prem Narain, and Superintendent Rodwell Sarabo. After arresting Knott, they questioned him about who he sold the vehicle to, which was allegedly used in the Fagundes execution over 5 years ago. Knott stated the purchaser of the car was Shemroy Omar Stewart, a known hitman for Roger Khan, convicted drug trafficker and murderer who was responsible for killing hundreds of Guyanese in the early 2000s, using spy equipment purchased by former PPP Minister of Health, Leslie Ramsamy, and high-powered weapons. Stewart was a member of Roger Khan's notorious gang and one of his right-hand men.
Yeah, but Roger Khan was friends, or probably still is cool, with the PPP as you were presenting, right? Plus, you be cool with them too. So if you was friends with them and Roger Khan is friends with them, maybe we only hearing this conversation now and we only getting into these details now because the friendship would have break between you and the PPP. Just analyzing it from a real place. Because you was cool with them, where Roger Khan was cool with them, and Roger Khan was a part of something. Listen, you just point out we was a part of, right? The Phantom Gang and all of them thing what was going on around them time. There's the person who was being called as a part of what taking place, among other people who confessed to being a part and being watched out and all kind of things, sitting down right next to the president de Sancto. And we got the footage, we more than likely could pull it up so you could hear them say it, right? So everybody was cool. You, your partner critic that used to the upper and you're all over the place that was selling out and talking about your ambitions that you more than likely was keeping secret to pursue the position or positions in the political space, as we can see, you would have achieved right now. So there's a lot to unpack and a lot to analyze, There's a lot to analyze because it's a while now we have been speaking about it right here, about the fact that this is going to put our country in a peril that we don't need to be a part of, that we don't need to deal with. You mean to tell me we ain't got leaders, man? You mean to tell me they ain't got leaders in Win right now? They ain't got people in Win right now that could take up the leadership position, and Mr. Mohamed deal with all of these ramblings and everything was going on, play it in the back and come forward when all of these situations is rectified closer to this or the next election. We all know that you're the leader, but right now, for you to continue to play in this position, it's putting the whole country in a place, because let me think about it. One of our closest allies and one of our most needed allies right now, we can't even do no real interactions with if certain persons are the president today. Let me be real with it. We being real with it and we analyzing it live, Delta 9 travelers. Drop it into the comment section or call it in. I can put on the hotline number on the screen. Let's analyze some more what we hear currently.
Stewart was also employed as Roger Khan's main security guard at the time of the murder in 2021. The purchase documents for this vehicle were provided by the auto sales dealer Amarnath to officers Narain and Sarabo since last year, 22nd of July, 2025, clearly stating that the purchaser of a white Fila wagon was Shemroy Stewart, someone that I never knew. Sarabo's signature is seen on the documents which he clearly signed off on. Last night, a startling revelation was made about these documents, which were leaked online. In the same period, July to August of 2025, 2 carjackers were arrested by the same officers, Sarabo and Narain, and were promised large sums of money to say that they stole a car, also a white Fila wagon, and then sold it to me. You see how wicked are these officers?
Yeah.
This was another failed plan and a total lie just to implicate me in this murder. I have also...
But why would they want to implicate you since then? You understand what I'm saying? And you still around these people, right? Who you just said clearly are responsible for all of these nefarious actions. So many persons unalived and all kind of thing. Everybody know the rocket body. And when you say Roger Khan in GT or in the Diaspora, the name ring bells. Right? So everybody was a part of the same team. Everybody was making big money. Nobody wasn't exposing all the $1 billion beef move. $500,000 US with one drive. Right? One drive, $500,000. Y'all didn't understand what's going on. What about if you're making 2 or 3 of them drives a day? Right? You know what we're looking at? You're looking at the industry that is going to be one of the hardest things to break. You can't break up them kind of money when it's making like they got a whole team or teams of persons that is eating. Right? So persons were eating for years now. The money was making, buddy. And persons like me and others were locked out of the circle. But now we're getting a chance to understand some of what was taking place because we hear that there are a number of farms like what the president get, but we only hearing about this one so far, right? Listen, let me listen some more, analyze and go through it. Because they think we big, but we ain't dotish. We got sense. You understand, man? And they might analyze we, but they analyzing we wrong because we could take we time and suss out what being placed right in front of our faces. This is the future of the country we're talking about. This is our livelihood. This is our children's livelihood. This is your place where you got to live, no matter where you're there in the world, right? So the people them in the positions of power in Guyana will always be important to us.
Never seen and do not know these persons until they approached me in February of this year and told me of this plan. Yet, a third plan was hatched by the wicked and corrupt PPP government in the same period, July to August of 2025. Narain and Sarabo went to the New Amsterdam prison several times to try to coerce Rondell Bacchus, a convicted criminal serving a sentence, that if he writes a statement that he has knowledge that I was involved in the murder, they would facilitate his release from prison. A fourth plan, which happened just before the elections, was when same two, Sarabo and Narain, invited my former staff to the Kitty police station and offered him large sums of money to give statements that your boss was involved in the murder. And he outright refused and said, I cannot lie on an innocent man. We all know who is putting up these large sums of money. At this point, I want to bring this to the attention of the Judicial Service Commission, the Police Service Commission, the Judicial Fraternity, and human rights organizations in Guyana, where the rights of innocent people are being trampled upon for political gains. I hope the judiciary is paying keen attention to all of these events unfolding in Guyana, where the judiciary is not being seen to operate independently. In each of these plans, they failed to succeed. Today, with the help of the people and by the grace of God, I am the opposition leader and putting my life on the line as I work every single day to expose the massive corruption of the PPP and to hold them accountable. Due to my recent exposure of the president's massive 150-acre farm, built off the backs of Guyanese, he has been sent into panic mode and ordered Mitchell Caesar to immediately reopen this murder investigation and said in no uncertain terms to get something to pin on this man. This is how desperate Irfan has become. Now, the explosive recording that was posted last night, where the son of the auto sales dealer, Dwight Dotson, stated clearly that the police is forcing his father to implicate my former employee and say outright lies on this innocent man that he sold the car to him.
They trying to convince my father right now at CID that he has to say that that person is the person who bought the car so that you could some way connected to that murder.
So it was a setup now.
It's a setup right now. My father, they forcing him. They said they're not releasing him until he changes his statement to say that this is the person that supposedly buy this car or had this car. This person is related to you.
Dotson also stated in the recording that PPP GCOM Commissioner says Gunraj told his father to work with the police and lie.
So, a lot of far-reaching implications in this one. A whole lot of implications. And guess what? I think there's even more to come out because the persons that are the law enforcement, the investigators, the ones handling the investigation, if you really analyze the part that they're playing and the part that they've been playing in what's going on right here, you could don't realize there's a set of foolishness that take place. Right? The good thing is that at least the persons were awarded bail so that they don't have to languish while everything proceeds in this case, which, as we can see, has been going on for years now at this point. Big up to all the frequent travelers live with us. Everybody that's going to catch this live in the rewind in the future, thanks for being a part of the presentation. So much going on the ground, so many headlines for us to update one another with. We're going to listen to this whole conversation from this secret recording, so we could analyze it all the way through. We got it right here in a segment, and we're going to analyze it. Plus, we're going to listen to what Raja Khan had to say about the night when everything went down. We got so many headlines. We got headlines coming in from Dr. Hines, right? We got headlines coming in from the EAG. We got Dr. Campbell. We got so many things for us to deal with right here on this live presentation. The PPP government, all of them was friends on unaliving, robbing, and shallow graving. Also, a lot of black people selling and getting the debts. I'm telling you. Yeah, a lot of persons end up getting caught up, Marcia. A lot of persons. You see what Marcia is saying right there? Big up yourself. Tell Guyanese what happened between you, the president, and the vice president, and the PPP ministers. What caused the problem? What caused the rift? Right? What caused the rift? Lots of information out. A whole lot of information to come to. Because remember, persons get bail. So that means you got to return to court, which means that this thing is going to keep heating up because I can't see persons going this far to turn back now. So listen, we're going to keep bringing the updates all the time. Mohamed, stop dragging out this information, Bano. I tell you, big up yourself. 13. Desiree saying the corruption is too much. Yeah, and we as Guyanese, we got to look at this and realize that both of these people, if both of these people still used to be a part of the same political party, I think it would have been more impactful, you know. But now one person exposing what the other person doing, it seems as how somehow one hand helping to wash the other. Because as we talk about all of these things and expose all of these things and new things come around, these things getting swept under the rug. Right? We're hearing about persons getting blackmailed. How could you be blackmailing the president? How you do that? How you do that? You understand? How is that even possible? These are the conversations that we're hearing going on right now in the leadership positions in one of the wealthiest nations in the world. Right? So many other things going on, you know. So many other things going on. So many things are going on right now that needs the attention of the president, the opposition leader, the persons in opposition, right? So many things are going on. But yet still, the conversation is, oh, what's going on with the president farm? Oh, what's going on with the paper sharks case and this and that and this and that. Justice is important. Don't get me wrong. A life is a life. Don't get me wrong. But we have a country to run. And when things like this is going on, then persons need to step to the side and deal with these personal issues. Right? They really do. They really do. Because let me think about this right here. Do we have clear audio coming through on Mr. Glenn Lal right now, or is he muted, Delta 9 travelers? Do we have clear audio coming through on Mr. Glenn Lal, or is he muted? You can hear Mr. Glenn Lal clearly. I paused it, but I'm playing it right now. A bit of turbulence as we go through the Bermuda Triangle, but needless to worry, the live will continue.
You get the right connections to know. You get the right connections to know how we get out. I gotta tell you, if I tell you, when I tell you, if I only said it, Mohamed, this one.
That Mohamed was behind it, right? But
you cannot, you get the right connections to know. You get the right connections to know how we get out. I gotta tell you, if I tell you, when I tell you, if I only said it, will put everything together. But here's what I gonna put out the recording. But I can't put out the other paper thing. I can send the other paper thing to y'all to put out. I can't put out. I got something on paper shards, but I can't put out. But it's everything, the whole link, everything. And what I can tell you here now, nobody you know. So, and then if I tell y'all as well, y'all gonna see exactly how the murder was covered up. You ever know why the murder was covered up?
I investigate the matter, but I cut it off up to the point when I finish interviewing the sister.
I'm telling you, so much going on in this case. So much going on, Delta 9 travelers. Can you hear and hear clearly? Can you hear me and hear me clearly? The video on the screen, can you hear it clearly? You got the chance to hear what Melly Mel was saying right there? If you did, drop a 9 in the comment section for me. We're doing a sound check slide. Big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Bobby, what's going on? Big up yourself. Big up to all the travelers, all the frequent travelers live with us. I'm telling you, we are here and we're live nonetheless. No matter what, we're here pushing through, making sure that we highlight everything what's going on with these very important and trending headlines right now. So if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, almost 200 persons in the live with us. Drop a 9 into the comment section for me. And thumbs up the live if you haven't already. I just want to make sure that I'm coming through clearly as we continue with all of these headlines right now in this live presentation.
Mitchell Caesar also told the second former employee being held in the lockups that if he lied and implicated me, he will be handsomely rewarded. This is the second time they tried to promise this man favors for making a statement against me. And thank God, this is an honorable man who outright told them, no, he is still in the lockups as we speak. This is the lengths to which they will go to fabricate charges against me and my former employees. Now, let us talk about the facts of this murder investigation according to reports from the international agency that handled the investigation. The RSS, Regional Security System, stated that Roger Khan, a close associate of Fagundes, who was seen in the bulletproof car with him on the night in question, made several key inaccurate statements, including stating that Fagundes was the one driving the vehicle in front of Palm Court, when CCTV footage clearly shows that this was inaccurate, as Roger Khan was the one seen driving the vehicle. According to the report,
well, I'm telling you, we can get a chance to hear directly from Mr. Roger Khan on this situation. Yeah. Anthony, what's going on? Thanks for being a part of the live. The size of Ali Farm is over 200 acres when measured using a drone. Marcia is saying why Melly Mel knew everything about Mohamed. You get a chance to hear for yourself right there, Marcia. Persons are saying that they definitely got some intricate details, right? Big up yourself. Fly, thanks for being a part of the live and for being a frequent traveler with us, buddy. Rug Renat, big up yourself. Insightful moderation is on the flight.
Roger Khan also stated several lies to investigators and neglected to mention that there was a third person in the car with them as well. Imagine if he is lying about who was driving the vehicle, what more could he be lying about? We must ask, why aren't investigators and Mitchell Caesar not arresting Roger Khan, a man who is a known criminal and murderer responsible for the deaths of hundreds of Guyanese in connection with Fagundes' murder? Now that I have shown you the documents which state the owner of the white wagon, which the government and the police force have been hiding from the public this whole time, was close associate and employee of Roger Khan, Shemroy Stewart, Why aren't these men the ones being pulled in for questioning and held in a lockup? Are the president and the Guyana police force working with a convicted criminal to implicate me? Is this a big setup? I will end this video with security footage, which clearly shows Mark Richmond, my former security guard, working all night on the night of the murder. One time, they said he was the driver. Then they said he was the gunman. Then they said he was in the vicinity of the area. But each of these is a blatant lie. These men, Sarabo and Narain, are leading police officers and investigators. And if they can go to this extent to implicate innocent people, this shows the depths to which the police force has descended to in order to carry out political directives. They tried every single thing and failed. They tried with murder charges. They tried with rape charges. They tried with GRA. They tried with traffic offenses. They tried with suku. They tried with extradition. But at the end of the day, God alone is in charge, and not Irfan or the PPP. Finally, it has been brought to my attention by several persons who have been interviewed concerning the AK-47 weapons. This is all part of another plan by the wicked PPP government.
Well, I tell you, if them link you with dough, your goose cook. Because if they link you with dough, they're going to connect you to local terrorism. And you know what they mean? They're going to connect that with the gold smuggling and everything else and up the ante with the US and the extradition cases. Listen, so many implications. So many implications. Ash, Meanie, thanks for being a part of the live. Thanks for tuning in. I have a lot for Melly Mel, but sometimes I find that she could become a conflict of interest. Sometimes she does resonate with me, and then I lost her. There's always be some time, Ashmini. There's always be some time. I'm sure they get a lot of persons that live with us right now that don't always agree with some of the things that most people just put out. You know what I mean? There's always be. Big up yourself, and thanks for being a frequent traveler right here with us.
Government. And every single thing is being exposed one by one. Soon, I will speak on this in a separate video.
Salma relaxing at work. Relaxing at work, and then your name calling in some big thing. But guess what? Let me hear from Mr. Raja Khan about what went down.
He arrived at Parkour, 8:42. The assassins arrived at 9:42 and parked obliquely to attack the driver of the Ford, a vehicle that I drive, and only I drive. They stayed there, and 10:01 Ricardo left, and I presumably believe he left to bring the car around to put it in front of the Concord. That's what he always does. That's what he always does. When he approached that vehicle and put that light on, they were alerted that the driver is coming. And he was mowed down in a hail of bullets. No doubt, at least 40 rounds were fired. 25 at least hit his body. Ladies and gentlemen, that car.
Hearing the details coming in from Raja Khan, right? The opposition leader just highlighted some of the details about Raja Khan and his implications and his part in everything that was going on, right? Now we're hearing from Mr. Raja Khan himself about what went down on that fateful night. So now we're sussing out directly were taking place. If you can hear me and hear me clearly, Delta 9 travelers, drop a 9 in the comment section for me. Just doing a song check right now, because I know what's going on. We're getting a lot of turbulence for some reason as we get into the details of what's going on with the Raja Khan situation and everything, all the updates with this case. But nonetheless, we will continue.
Stay there for 20 minutes of a stolen car, stolen plates, and with at least 2 gunmen inside high-powered caliber weapons.
Stolen car with stolen plates, or a person allegedly that went and purchased this vehicle, because there's the documentation that the leader of the opposition was highlighting right there. So there's a big discrepancy, a big discrepancy with what's going on right here, because we hear in person saying that it was a stolen car, but then there's paperwork for this vehicle, and people just come out of the lockup because of this same vehicle. And as we're talking about this vehicle, let's hear some more details from Mr. Raja Khan before we hear parts from the secret recording exposing more details about what's going on with this vehicle, because this vehicle is playing a critical part in what's going on with this case, Delta 9 travelers. We gotta pay attention to the implications with this vehicle, because that's how they're gonna tie other persons into what's going on with this case.
Shortly after the part, a police patrol drove by, and they were not fazed. They didn't leave that patrol car, stopped in front of the vehicle next to them. I'm telling you all this because of evidence that are revealed in the public. They were unfazed. They waited for 20 minutes and shot him at 10:01. Then they drove for 30 minutes. At 10:29, they turned off at East Bank Junction. I'm gonna say that again. They drove from Palm Court for 29 minutes, for 30 minutes,
wow.
10:01,
yeah,
10:28, 28 minutes. They drove from Palm Court all the way to the most populous and busy highway in Guyana, unencumbered by a single police patrol, even though at the scene, police were there harassing witnesses in minutes. And there was one state security vehicle that arrived there in seconds. Yet, no roadblock was erected all the way to East Bank. All the way to East Bank. This assassination has a particular signature to it, especially in the light of the police posture over the past week. Not a single raid, not a single arrest, not a single witness, except the people who were there are being harassed. This
interesting developments, here I'm telling you, to say the least. We all think about what we're witnessing right here, Delta 9 travelers. Drop it into the comment section or call it in. The hotline number is definitely, I'm going to make sure that I pull it up and put it on the screen. But what's going on with this secret recording? What's going on with the updates coming in from this recording? Let me hear the details right now and analyze it live.
Against yeah, you come.
Sorry for this to the other side. Like that in easily.
Never see you before.
Never.
How things?
No, before I got this call, everything was okay, but
Wait, you gotta call us now?
yeah, so my father been at CID since 1 o'clock today, right? I'm talking to him confidence. I ain't want no publicity, I ain't want no problem, nothing. I spent a lot of years working at the general office in Andrani. I was our boss at GPL. I was the head of audit at GPL. I resigned, I was the head of operations in Procurement Commission. I resigned all those things because of the politics. Young professional, qualified, everything, and I go in the kind of more than business. I don't like politics. I love politics.
Hold on. It's alarm going on. Let me shut it now.
Good.
Yeah, greetings, my boy.
Yep, what's going on upon you, sir?
Tuesday afternoon to you. It's a thing that you can't just say about that thing. Yeah, the man said it have a significant move.
Yeah.
So he knows to put out the hit. Because he was a man who do some hits like that.
Yeah, he name his ring bells. And all of them thing, buddy.
You understand? And we know the hit coming from the big man at the top. The big man, he knows he put out it.
It's crazy.
Yes, right? Mohamed is just a pawn in this whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because for man want to kill man like Rajasthan, got be people who we kill family, right? For people who want it out of the way because of what he know, for people who owe him and get a lot of money and stuff for him, you know these are people who want to kill him.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that's go on over that area right there by Palm Court. You know. Do not forget that they had other big time people that is a part of the game that get caught up right in that same area right now. So there's a lot going on, and there's a notorious region. It's a region that I wouldn't even frequent if I didn't GT. It makes no sense.
Because the man said the car left how much money the car drive and nobody pick up this car, no police staff, no roadblock, no CC camera, nothing to pick this car up from driving along, all this camera was out.
Yeah.
Well, let me see how they're gonna stick this one on whoever they're trying to pin it on. I'll see you listening.
Yeah, man, make up yourself. Thanks for being a part of the live.
Thank you.
Big up yourself to all the frequent travelers, right? Thanks for calling in and for bringing insights into the live. Remember, you, the frequent travelers, Team Delta, the Delta Squad, are the ones that make this live presentation what it is. Without you, it's nothing whatsoever. Take a couple of seconds if you haven't already, Delta 9 travelers. Thumbs up the presentation. It don't cost you nothing to do though. Free way to support independent media. Delta 9 media.
That's what I don't like what I see happening now. And I can't control certain things because I know big. Right?
So how do you get my number?
I call Travis. Just me, Travis, with friends. Right?
Okay.
I spent a long time at the general office, 9 years of work here. So a lot of corruption in this country. I never talked about it. I went to the local government commission. I was there to audit and investigations. Lots of corruption. And I resigned. I went to
the local government commissions for all these.
What we're listening to is a secret recording. A recording that was made by the leader of the opposition, right? Exposing certain intricate details. We're going on with the car in question. The car in question, right?
Agencies and municipalities. Complex corruption in every region. Every region. One like Puma, Tomato, everybody. Complex corruption.
No problem. Let me hear what happened.
My point is, and I do a lot of things in this country, but I never try to get public. I try to stay in my family. So today my father was arrested or asked to come to CID.
Which CID? Your friend?
Yes. Right? So I didn't hear everything. Somebody called me just to tell my father here. So I tried to find what's happening.
insightful people in the comment section. You see what I tell you about Team Delta? You see when we sussing out something, when we analyzing something, when right thinking minds, right, connect. Even though we connecting digitally, we all over the world and we analyzing what's going on. Listen to this insight coming in from Cheryl, right? Cheryl is saying he know a whole lot more than he's saying. He had to be involved for him to know exactly the time they get to, well, was it Susie? I think he was mentioning somewhere else. I think it was it Sue's Dyke or exactly the location that he was mentioning. It's in the recording, right? How he know exactly the time he get to his location from Georgetown and nobody stopped them. And they get away. Was there cameras? Is there added information being given by somebody else? Or allegedly, could there be added involvement? Right? We analyzing this thing, you know. We analyzing this thing. We hearing the whole secret recording that Mr. Mohamed put out. And what's going on right here? Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Major Line.
Brother,
Yeah.
he wasn't involved in the hit, you know, rather than the hit was on him.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he don't get the info about his hit. So he sent out paper shots as a sham. So I remember, you know, the thing that the two had on the same outfit that night.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So them man is money man like Mohamed, all of them. All them get people inside the PPP still that's giving them information. Inside the police force that's giving them information. Because you have to get somebody to tell you, hey, them man put a hit out and you can go down tonight at Farm Fort where you go there. You understand?
Yeah.
So he got that whole info from how long these man like all this thing. You see?
Yeah.
You know, he don't know who get it. He entertain his thing just now. He said have a significant move to the hip and he knows he's who. You know, you want man to do certain his stuff. Man, take your kind of man, get billions of dollars with all this kind of dollar, all this, and they want to give you money.
I tell you.
You know, right? The big man, but I can't call no name. Because they might come to
No
me,
name, no warrant. That's how it go. You know? Big up yourself. Yeah, we analyzing this thing, you know. We hearing all kind of angles to this conversation. But nonetheless, justice is the most important thing, because I'm sure that the loved ones and the family members want to see justice in this case, want to see the real perpetrators brought to justice as all right thinking Guyanese, because you can't get persons that pulling off works like that, walking around willy-nilly. They're going to get more sophisticated. They're going to get emboldened. They're going to get more brave. They won't stop. They'll think that they're unstoppable. And with a situation like that in a small country, there's a lot of problems we're playing around with, buddy. A whole lot of problems, right? We're analyzing the details that were going on with this case.
This car parked feet, yards away from the Prime Minister's residence and the President's residence. Over 40 high caliber rounds were fired, killing this boy. That car drove all the way to suicide. Yet, the police, Guyana Police Force, has not considered this crime a major crime investigation. This crime has not even reached to Eve Leary. That is a particular signature of this investigation. That car sat there on
A particular signature? What is this particular signature? What is the signature that you're hinting at, buddy? Whose signature do you recognize in these proceedings? Can't hold back, you know. You gotta come forward with the information. Or there will never be justice for paper shards in this case. Trust me. Because it seems like people know certain things that they are withholding, right? There is a pattern to these unalivings. When certain people are unalived and the police are lackadaisical in their investigation to the point of reluctance, it is indicative of the state being involved. Allegedly. Allegedly. Very insightful commentary coming in from the moderator, P. Ali Kap. As usual, as we analyzing it, let's think about it in a serious way. Their patterns, right? There are patterns to this. Now the poll is up on the screen for your participation. I want to big up to moderation for pulling that up so we can see what's going on. If the recording is real, what is the main objective behind targeting the opposition leader? To silence the 2-point-something billion farm scandal? Legitimate justice for paper shards? Pure political warfare? We're equal at 29% for options B and C, as we can see. Legitimate justice for paper shards and pure political warfare are at 29%. Now, 43%, an extra, almost 20% more, is saying that if the recording is real, the main objective behind targeting the opposition leader is to silence the 2-point-something billion farm scandal, among other things. That's what 50% of the votes are saying. What are you saying about this? The poll is up on the channel right now. We are live and you can still participate. Big up to all the frequent travelers live with us, all the persons live with us for the first time. Thanks for being a part of this international digital connection. I'm telling you, so much going on in our beautiful country. So many headlines, so many things, so many implications to these headlines. I'm telling you, man. You got to make sure that we stay sharp with what's going on in detail. Because next thing you're going to hear, a whole other story might be presented. But these are the foundation information.
3 state cameras and at least 2 private cameras. We heard state cameras not working. It's been turned off a long ago. There is no evidence here. The police are not following evidence in this matter. When that night, it's common practice in Guyana police force to erect roadblocks when this kind of thing happens. Common practice. It did not happen that night. It didn't happen in the East Bank. It didn't happen in the East Coast. I'm going to tell you something. When the state security, that night, state security apparatus failed Ricardo. It failed him. And in the past week, the state security investigations has failed him and his family. And I'm telling you, history can tell us that when there is no state security, lawlessness will prevail. The hearts of men bleed for justice. It's a natural, God-given, inalienable thing that God gives man to strive for justice. And this act here,
Ashmini is saying Roger Khan have full knowledge of this case. Allegedly. Allegedly. I telling you? 13 priceless ones is saying, yeah, exactly. Closures what persons really need in this, right? Marcia is saying, why Roger make paper sharks put on clothes like his own? Roger know about paper sharks on aliving. We sussing out the angles to what went down right here, you know. There's so many aspects to this. Let me not forget that 3 persons were incarcerated and they just got bail today. $1 million apiece. I could stand corrected on the amount that each had to pay. Thanks for being a part of the live presentation, Hysen, and big up yourself for being a channel member and supporting Delta 9 Media right here on YouTube, right? Big up to all the channel members and for all of those who support the platform. Hysen is saying it is common practice for the state cameras to not be in operation at the state house. Is it common practice? You know, that's a real good question, because who is bodyguarding the bodyguard? You understand? You look, we gotta ask ourselves, how come these cameras weren't working? Why other cameras in the vicinity didn't pick up details to connect certain dots with what's going on with this case? And we gotta ask ourselves, with the cameras not working, how did some people come about all the information that they were just speaking on? The time, the vicinity that the car drove and all of these details. Listen, there's a lot of things for us to analyze about what's going on right here. As you can see, Delta 9 Travelers, the poll is up on your screen. The poll is up on your screen, and you can still participate in the voting. Persons analyzing what's going on. Right now in GT, people really analyzing the details to this case. Let me hear some of what persons are saying about it on the ground.
Message to me, right? I'm no liar. I got a little knowledge about the law. I got a little knowledge about a little everything, right? Let me put this out there. First and foremost, right? Let me answer you guys about Mr. Mohamed and the government bringing her back paper sharks murder, right? So to speak. Let me say this here, sir, right? The police, not the government, so to speak. The police bringing her back this case, sir, or reopening this case. We all know who's behind it. And for me personally, I believe the government is witch hunting. I believe they're witch hunting because we had some of the top brass of our police force, Guyana police force, that come out and said this man, which is Mr. Mohamed, had nothing to do with this murder. He had nothing, right? They put out a disclaimer more or less, this man had nothing to do with this murder. So now for see that 5 years after this case bringing her back now, for me it's witch hunting, because if they had concrete evidence in the first place, right, he would not have been out here. Secondly, if they had newfound evidence, trust me, with the way how we see that our AG love the media, they don't come and put out they got strong evidence to implicate this man with this crime. Right? They would have put out they had strong evidence to implicate him with the crime. Right? So I believe Percy is a witch hunt because they vexed because he exposed the farm. Right? Now the farm, nobody getting over the farm. And nobody not gonna get over the farm easily. Right? We know Guyanese got selective memory, but I don't think they're gonna get over this farm easy. Because they really get to see the government for what they are. Right? Anyhow, with that said and done, let me say this here, sir. Right?
So, big up yourself to our Virgo brother, Candice James, right? Highlighting certain details for us. And it seems as if Candice James is holding the views of a number of persons that participated in the votes on the poll. Because he's saying, listen, this farm got a lot to do with most of the revelations that we see coming in with the developments in this case, allegedly. Allegedly. We all think about what Mr. Candice is highlighting so far, Delta 9 travelers. Drop it in the comment section or call it in. Let's jump into some more of these details coming in.
Is it sad that what happened to paper shots? Right? Is it sad?
It definitely
yeah, you could
is.
say that in a kind of way. Because the truth of the matter, why I use the word in a kind of way, this man live his life, right? Y'all forget who's this man boss, who this man associate with it, who this man run with. These people make Guyanese people hold their head and ball. Make enough parents in this country, must enough mother hold the belly and ball, enough father moan the children body.
Real thing.
Why me got selective memory? These people make people hold the belly and ball in this country when they had the spree going on because it's been alleged they had immunity. They had immunity from the government, bro, for doing what they was doing.
Yeah.
I could recall 3 times in this country history that we literally were, as Guyanese, were afraid. And especially when you have my skin complexion, I don't want to go down this road and talk about skin complexion, but let me call a spade for what it is, bro.
You got
You know,
to.
black
You gotta
people
be
cry
real.
for the children and the death squad, and that was on the who government again.
Yeah.
That was on the who's government again.
And the
That was
Jagdeo.
running it, and the who government again. Eh? We're afraid of them, they doing what they want, and the who's government. Eh? Then come forward now. We had the same one that get all up in the States, do it time and come home back. And the who's government and the who's authority, they was terrorizing Guyanese people, bro.
Crazy.
Right? So I'm sorry if I come across a little cold that it's a sad that I lost a life, but I really got among the remarks because guess what? They make people hold the belly in ball, by. They make a lot of people hold the belly in ball in this country for the children body. So I don't have no really remarks of people that live the life of kind of how. I'm sorry. They make a lot of innocent people cry about it. Because guess why? They tell us that the authority, that the backings of people in authority for doing what they want in this country. Y'all don't run away and play like y'all forgetting all these things. I try enough, of course. But the Bible says, if a man live by the sword, he shall die by the sword. I hold many guns in foreign, but I never shoot one. I never yet shoot one. Because you know why I know? It's not what is come out of a gun. It's not flour. The thing that is come out of a gun could take people's life. So I don't play with guns. Never shoot one. Hold many and never shoot one. And this by choice. I had many.
There's so much for us to analyze about what's going on, right? We can't forget, or we can't play like we forget, because I don't forget. That's one of the main reasons. And I'm gonna be real right now. That's one of the main reasons that I just question and just always be very skeptical about what's going on with Win. You understand? Because the leader and other persons used to be a part of the PPP. And if as close as 2020, you are the one that was defending and supporting them, what is to say that in the past, there wasn't some amount of support? When all of this was going down, you can't just say there is no part being played, because all the time, you and these people are close, you and these people are, you got your own little connections going on. You could call them up on the phone and say, hey, we got this coming in, we got that coming in. Who could I call to make sure that I get this taken care of in a way that I want to get it taken care of? And persons share the messages, and we get a chance to see that that was the kind of relationship that was there. So what was going on during the Phantom Squad time? What was going on when you're waking up? Today you're hearing one person, tomorrow you're hearing another person. What was going on then? So that's why it's be very skeptical till now. Because if you survive through them times there, and you live in certain areas, and you just remember what used to be the climate on the street, you never even used to lime on the corner. Soon as you done knock little football, you gone inside quick. Say, hey, I gone in. Me ain't playing no lime pong corner game, because next thing you know, you get pick up and they never see you again. And next thing you hear, the wanted, you the this, you the that, and all kind of thing. There was so much going on around that time. And those who old enough, and those who remember, those who are still alive and brave enough, could highlight so many other details about this thing. Now they got big hotel and all of them thing in places that was known for all kind of activities. Everything now nice and glamorous in some areas, right? But back then, I'm telling you, there's so much. So much. 2004 to 2009. Listen, hey, you see why it's keep bigging up the Delta 9 travelers? Marcia, big up yourself. Marcia, big up yourself. You know what you're talking about. You know exactly what you're talking about with this case right here where you're pointing out. 2004 to 2009, 3 black men could not have been in the same car. Don't die in the same car nighttime, and don't be going to east, west, north, south. Rumbelt, Sapphire, certain part of Kitty, certain part of Campbellville, and them thing late in the night. 3 or more people, all of them men, you bugging. We used to catch more than one cab just because of them thing. Right? No cabin picking you up and carrying you in certain area. And let me not forget what happened with Yuanse. Right? What happened with Yuanse, Douglas around them times there too? Just a collective moving around in a car. More than 3 black men moving around in a car. Guess what? They was just playing some basketball, buddy. UG students at that time, most of us. It's crazy.
Anytime to boss it, but I choose my choice not to. Yeah, I'm telling you. So don't you pretend like thing, yeah, it's sad that I'm tea, but you know what? If we really want to solve murders, let me start by Kwame Ring. What happened? Who killed Kwame Ring? Nobody asking them question. They're gonna come and they're gonna just die down like it never happened. We never can get answers to that. Who killed Kwame Ring? We want to solve murders? Okay, let me go again. We all know Adriana Young was never in that pool. We all know Adriana Young was never in that pool over the river. She was placed, her body was placed in that pool. I'm not going to use alleged with that. Her body was placed in that pool. Because we all saw the video, right? And the clearest video for me, clearest footage of that video for me is when critics walk around that pool. I show you that that body was never in that pool. Yeah, I tell you, that child body was never in that pool. Let's solve them murders. Let's solve them murders. Those are murders that were sorry. Adriana never do nothing to nobody. That was a child, an innocent child that lost her life. Kwame, right? Kwame Wing, he never done nothing to nobody. All he did was standing up for his rights, his people rights, so to speak, like me. Speaking out against injustice, but his life was taken. His life was taken just to having an opinion, to having a voice, talking against certain people's interests that take his life. Those are serious issues. Not a man that live his life by the gun. Now he die by the gun. You play your answer of he murder. Look how much of the murders in this country we got that deserve solving that we ain't getting solved. But they want to solve this one. What is so special about this one and get priority over all the others? Oh, we know what is. We all know what is. Yeah, boss, get yourself, buddy. Get yourself. The double standard in this country stinks. We all see what Guyana. We all see the demons for who the demons are. We see them for what they are. What they
Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
What's different about this murder is that this murder, Mohamed name call up in it. So Adrian and them Mohamed name in there as the man who orchestrated the whole thing.
I tell you.
You see, the first man that bring out said that he was there and he know Mohamed kill him and was critics. Now critics that try and the boss. I know how come he didn't bring me up as a witness. Yeah, he seems to say you know everything, you know he's telling you a fully thing and this and that, the evidence and this and that. But this thing able, like I said, is a distraction because there is no, if there was no evidence in the beginning, there ain't gonna be no evidence in this time again. It's just a distraction, but you gotta pay attention to where these guys are focusing on. That money for early retirement that they want to put in place. Yo, you see, I'm going to tell you something. A man could be a man in a part of an organization.
Yeah.
And a man, after a while, this could change, have a change of heart and a change of mind. Yes, right?
Real thing.
And walk away. With Mohamed, me know what went now. I can't talk. Whatever happened. Right? But he's trying now. Yeah, in a situation. But all this thing with this extradition and all this thing, where he's fighting and what he's doing, he's been doing these things before he gets to the extradition case.
Yeah.
He started doing these things. You understand me? They thing you went over there and give you this person who gonna take the fall for all the over taxes and this and that and all these things.
Yeah.
The problem they got now, they don't want to go, they don't want to keep you in court back and forth and block the Mohamed. But they can't. Because Mohamed is by billionaire by US dollar, not Chinese dollar. So it's hard to block that, right? Now, they got it there, and they realize now, he's telling a secret. He's telling all the secret, one piece by piece. So right now, the time we shut you up. But he, as young as when Javier just gets into this politics, so he got the energy and he got the money. You see? So, and once you got the money, you're going to be able to get the resource.
Yeah.
So he got people in all angle of them, and they don't know who giving this man information. They don't. So guys were killing them. You see?
Yeah.
There are a lot of black people, but when I used to work going Guyana at the time, a lot of the people that was killing by the phantom young can't know enough for them.
Bro.
And
Them times was some
who
terrible,
was in
terrible
charge of
times.
the phantom? Rajaka.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Rajaka. Rajaka. Yeah, everything that going Guyana up there is the figurehead. He don't go past Pharaoh. So when everything created the land with Ali, the land Pharaoh gave Ali 20 acres, lease him. He never sell Ali those land, he lease Ali the land them.
Crazy.
So I did listening.
Yeah. Big up yourself, Al. Thanks for dropping those insights live here with us on Delta 9 Media Live as we analyze all of these headlines. I'm telling you, they got so much going on. They got so many things going on right now in our country. I'm telling you, headlines. The headlines are so much that it got some of our politicians singing song and wondering, hey, them man, I telling you right now, they got people saying, hey, I need an artist for write this tune right now because they got an idea for this calypso and all them things. I telling you, listen, these headlines got people going out at a rate right now.
The opposition ain't looking for votes. They're looking for cow and goat. That's a new song I want to enter the Calypso competition. But I only get the chorus. The opposition ain't looking for votes. They're looking for cow and goat. Hey, I want a good calypsonian for work for a calypso or kaiso for me. But I gotta use the hook. The opposition ain't looking for vote. They're looking for cow and goat.
Well, I tell you something. I waited until Dr. Hines get wind of this because you're calling two words there, 007 and Kaiso. When you're talking about Kaiso and then you're talking about the opposition, Dr. Hines is right there. Because you don't know Dr. Hines love Kaiso. So when you out here talking about you want a person for write a Kaiso for you about the opposition, what was Dr. Hines there? Dr. Hines here about this. Where is Dr. Hines? I'm telling you the way how things change. Things and times do change, right? Big up to moderation for pulling that up on the screen so we could understand just how much things and times have changed, right? Mohamed is saying the most liked comment will receive a prize. People talking about they're looking for Kaiso and they're looking for song. They're looking for artists. I tell you, hey, if nothing else, we could say that since the elections went down in September, it's been nothing but headline after headline, trending after trending. Yeah, I telling you. Now the best comment gets a prize. Let me get some of these comments here so in the comment section. What y'all think about this picture on the screen right now? I'm telling you, so much going on. Volume low, Delta. Please check. I am not hearing well. Give me a song check, Delta 9 Travelers. Give me a song check. Am I coming through clearly? Am I coming through and coming through clearly? As long as I'm coming through and coming through clearly, drop a 9 for me because I know sometimes we just get a little bit of turbulence here on the flight. And if so be the case and the microphone is not audible, then I will change the microphone so that we could come through a bit clearer and everybody can hear me better. Greetings. What's going on?
Everything up there, man. Might be their equipment.
Okay, so you hear me good. All right.
Everything up there. All I hear it.
Pick up yourself. So persons hearing me, they hearing me clearly. Well, Dr. Hines is probably busy. Dr. Hines is an elder, Much respect. Much love to the elder Dr. Hines. Right? I know Dr. Hines is going to have a field day when you hear about this kind of conversation. The best comment gets the prize. I'm telling you.
The new song I want to enter the Calypso competition, but I only get the chorus. The opposition ain't looking for votes. They're looking for cow and goat. Hey, I want a good Calypsonian to work for a Calypso or Kaiso for me. But I gotta use the hook. The opposition ain't looking for vote. They're looking for cow and goat. Who ready for it, man? Who ready to enter the challenge of paying people to write a good Calypso for me? Right? I pay them.
Video from our Ibini research station, and this afternoon with me I have the GLDA manager, Mr. Roberts, here with me, Yannick Roberts.
Good afternoon.
The reason for this short video, unfortunately, I wanted to do a Facebook Live, but technology, we're not up to speed with that as yet, and we're not getting feed as far as the pasture. However, I just wanted to let the general populace know that the animals have arrived safely on the station. If you can look around, you'll see this is UF 717 forage. So these animals, they're now like what any cattle would do. They're just exploring their surrounding for the time being. In addition to that, all the mineral sheds and so on already have the necessary supplement for those animals. So they will pass the next few days in this paddock where they will continue to receive observation from our technical team, inclusive of production staff, Mr. Roberts, who is a pasture specialist, and also the veterinarian will be here. If you look this way, the sun is moving away from us right now, but you can see they're trekking along the fence line. These animals, by tomorrow, I can guarantee you, will be well rested, comfortable, and start adapting to their new location. So from paddock 1 in Ibini, I just want to assure you again that we're doing our best as a nation, as not just as a nation, but as an organization, GLDA, to ensure that we uphold those principles which we normally preach. And before I go, I want to just take this opportunity to say thank you to all the staff on location and those public spirited persons at the waterfront who assisted us when the tide was not too favorable for us yesterday. And
but I only get the chorus. The opposition ain't looking for votes. They're looking for cow and goat. Hey, I want a good Calypsonian to work for a Calypso or Kaiso for me. But I gotta use.
Over the last week, the country has been transfixed with the allegations and denials in Farmgate.
Some people is just clunging out themselves. Yeah, telling you. You can't see how that's something for laugh at. You know, there's so much implications that could come from what we were seeing going on with them animals there. A lot of persons could end up getting ill. But guess what? It's always good and it's always an opportunity for us to analyze the way that persons deal with situations, right? So as we can see, persons from the ministry are out making sure that the public feels secured in their food supply and giving us the necessary details to what's going on with those animals, right? This man was paid by people up the ladder. Big up yourself, Ashmini. Ashmini done figuring it out. 9 up. Big up yourself, Rasta Empress. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Greetings, Delta.
How you doing now,
You
buddy?
know, all right, I'm good. Yeah, I was watching James Bond there. I mean, you know, these guys, I don't know, that's so tasteless, that's so classless. James Bond is a person who was once fighting against the PPP.
Right.
I mean, they shot him up, rubber bullets, and think he was once stretching an umbrella for money and stuff like that. I mean, it's very, very classless what he's doing there. That's really, you know, not, you know, very, I don't know. Also, with this whole Mohamed stuff, Mohamed was at one time, bro, an untouchable under the PPP. So all those, whatever is happening, I mean, it's good he's bringing things out, but he was once, when that whole paper short stuff went down, he was really tight with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of things, I mean, I'm not saying he did it or he didn't, but he was so tight with them. And I would like to see how this whole thing would play out because, I mean, even Hickens and Mohammed were close, allegedly Caesar and all of them there. So you don't know who did the cover up or what's covering up.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're going to bring this out to light right now. I mean, they're trying to go some different avenues, bringing people to say this and say that and say that.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is, if he allegedly did it, there has to be massive cover up from the government side.
Yeah, there gotta be a lot of implications from before. You understand? Because remember, there was a whole interview where persons come and they had to sit down and persons get charges and all kind of thing, right?
Right, exactly. You know, and also while all of this is going on, it's like, I don't know what kind of show to call it, but in the meantime, the whole political scene, the PPP are dominating. You have this president bill they should be concentrating on. That thing, if that stuff passes, that's going to be crazy. You know, there's so much other important things, I think, in that country that needs to be looked at, you know. I saw the other day this Amir stuff came up again. This guy, he's like another untouchable. The guy's doing whatever he feels like doing.
My beat you and turn it into ad the next day, right? Telling you, if
like
there's not blatant, like I don't know where else is. That's crazy.
Right. You know, and also with all this corrupted thing that allegedly, I saw something with Dr. Hans and this guy G. The gold sort of tip of the iceberg of this whole alleged bro. There's so much stuff that's not even revealed. It's you know. I saw also in somewhere up in the region a helicopter flying in and out of that area.
Wow.
No, but yeah. So there's so much more important things.
Hold on, I could stand corrected, right? But when all of these persons were getting laid off, wasn't Region 9 the only person that stayed on?
Okay, exactly. You know what? I have a theory. You know what? There's a guy, his name is Carl Singh, the REO. Carl Singh. He's the only one that they kept him. And you know why they kept him there? Because he's got to facilitate, allegedly, all the cows coming in. He has got to facilitate Marudi, right? Allegedly. So Carl is a big player. And when they said they were going to fire all those REO, I was wondering how they're going to do it to Carl. You know, Carl was a guy, they went and they took away a building that APNU had, or the PEP had. They went and they took away a building, bro. And if you see how Carl moved, Carl has got a I don't know how to describe his truck, but his truck have like a thing with the exhaust is like a Cobra, right? And he has a whole bunch of guys in the back of that cab when he moves. He's like another untouchable. And also, I don't know if you remember the story, an Amerindian girl got shot by him. You know that story.
I remember the leader of the opposition was highlighting those incidents recently in one of his videos, right?
Yes, an Amerindian girl got shot, and nothing came out of that story. They said they're going to send it to the DPP, and that thing happened about 4 years ago, and nothing. So they're keeping certain people in place to facilitate their stuff, you know. I was watching also, I don't know if you saw anything of the Grand Prix they had on the weekend there, the racing at the circuit. Right?
I saw some of it.
So I mean, they did the track, they did stuff and whatever. But bro, if you follow who are the people that benefited from that whole thing, there's a company called Jumbo Jet, right? Today, I saw Jumbo Jet presented at least 10, it's called Sino truck or something, some vehicles to the police force.
Wow.
10 vehicles to the police force. So again, if you're presenting stuff to the police force, who's going to touch you? Who's going to do anything to you, right? In all those race cars, you should see those fancy cars. There's a guy named Peter Lewis. Peter Lewis is a big contractor. His car was the car that really won a lot of stuff there. It was driven by a guy from England, a young English guy, right? Then BM Source had a car also there. A company called Guyana America had cars there. There's a company called Avinash Construction. All of these cars are PPP affiliated people, bro, right? So you can see, I mean, in the same Jumbo Jet, they set up like all these special areas, the VIP area, they control everything. So look at who is making the money. There's another big horse racing stuff coming up, I think sometime in August. It's all done by Jumbo Jet.
But when you get to this level of industry, that lifts the level of complications of getting rid of certain corrupt activities, because you have a whole industry of persons that are benefiting. You see how far Guyana gone, buddy? Pretty soon our country is going to be a place of super wealthy people. Like we could clearly see the hints of it right now, where some persons are going to the meet for the weekend and some persons trying to figure out how they can eat for the weekend. It's crazy, right?
Exactly. I mean, the divide there, bro, that you know, that gap there. I mean, they're saying we used to hear about oligarchs in Russia, but we got oligarchs in Guyana right now, bro. And it's one set of people. And again, with this whole thing with that farm there, I don't know how that's all gonna play out. But these guys, I mean, they're in full control, man, and it's gonna take a lot to bring them down. And in the meantime, all these things are happening now. They're trying, and again, once they get rid of Mohamed, they're trying to get rid of Mohamed. Things gonna cool. They're trying their best because he is just getting them up right now. And I'm really, really surprised, to be honest with you. Nobody has not attempted to do something to Mohamed yet.
Well, let's hope for his safety, and let's hope for his family and his loved ones that does not happen. You understand? And just for the nation as a whole, because that would cause a lot of problems in Guyana for a lot of persons. And we don't need that. And that's the thing that I keep highlighting and pointing out. Because knowing that all of this is going on and knowing the implications that it would reap on the country, you know, Mr. Mohamed supposed to say, all right, good. let me put Sorabo Ali to the front. Because you can't say that she don't know what she's doing. She has more experience than a lot of persons on the team. And clear the back, deal with what you have to deal with, and then come forward again. Because you're putting yourself in what's going on right now with how they try and trump up even more charges to stick on you. What's gonna happen when you think they're done, they ain't done. They got so many other things that they're gonna bring forward. Because as we just highlighted, it's an industry now. It's an industry of persons that, are going to feel threatened by the power structure being shaken up in the way that it's being shaken up.
Yeah, and I mean, and all these guys, they're teaming up against him more and more.
Yeah.
I mean, these people who are getting the benefits, they're teaming up against him, and they got to come together to get rid of him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man, we learn about these things in school since primary and secondary days. The haves and the have-nots, right? There's always been a back and forth. The haves versus the have-nots. So sad.
Bro, but it's very, very sad. The country has got so much resources, and it's not filtering down, man. It's not filtering down.
It's crazy.
Right? Okay, bro.
Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
Insights coming in from the frequent travelers. You see, international conversations. We link up, analyze what's going on in the country, suss out the different details, the different headlines, connect, do all kind of other different forms of analysis, forms of communication right here on Delta 9 Media. You know what I'm saying? They got so many headlines. Now we're going to hear from none other than Dr. Campbell. He had a sit down. You know, whenever you have a conversation with one of the biggest in the country, Mr. Travis Chase, is going to be something dynamic. Big up yourself, Mr. Chase.
I have deliberately not said anything much about Farmgate because I've been troubled. This country cannot depend on fallouts between friends before allegations of unusual accumulation of wealth by public officials are raised in the public domain. We need systems and laws that will allow us to, anyone, be it somebody from civil society, be it a journalist, anyone, to have access to information that will then be investigated.
That's not the case now. Because the last time, the very person that you're being interviewed by right now rose certain questions to the president. The rest is history. The video is there. The way that he's treated has been recorded, and the public had a chance to see clearly that, listen, if you don't play a certain game, then that's the way that you will be handled in public as a grown man doing your job. Big up yourself again, Mr. Chase, because guess what? You're still here and you're still doing great things. Can't let them stop you.
In Jamaica, the law requires the Integrity Commission to publish a summary declaration of the filings of the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition. So the public, journalists and civil society can examine that summary declaration and do their own snooping around, their own investigations. At the risk of contradiction, I would venture to say that corruption is much, much, much more pervasive in Guyana than it is in Jamaica. And so I believe that
Guyana more corrupt than Jamaica? What? You gone up on them levels there already? I'm telling you. Y'all hear what Dr. Campbell highlighting right there? Rasta Empress, thanks for being a part of the live. Rasta Empress is saying, please give us a like as you come in. Be mindful of what we say in the comments. It's always a pleasure to have everyone, every time. Thanks for the moderation. 1 second now, 1 second. Big up yourself, Rasta Empress. Thanks for dropping that insightful piece of message right there so persons could know. Listen, we live right now. We live for about an hour and 40 something minutes. Hit the thumbs up button. It don't cost you nothing to thumbs up the live. And if you're subscribed already, subscribe.
Soon as you hit and you come into the live, you just go down and just press the thumbs up. That's all. I does it all the time.
Telling
as soon
you.
as I enter, I press the thumb up.
Yeah.
You see?
Big up yourself.
Yeah. Between Guyana and Jamaica, I don't know which one is correct. I just want both.
Yeah.
The only thing I think what Jamaica does, they keep it clean. Guyana, these governments is bold-faced. You're right? But the Jamaican people are different too. Because the Jamaica, they get enough ban and beer in certain parish and thing where even the government can't even go there and say certain things. You see? But when you talk about currency, look how much million, I think, or billions of dollars when you still hold on for these people in Jamaica. And then giving a building hotel and this and that.
Yeah.
Why with the poor people there? Give them a shot, a 2-bedroom shot. Even though it does so, bro, both countries corrupt to the maximum. That you can't even know which one of them corrupt more than one. It's only thing one is more bold-faced and one do the thing and then they need the scope.
See, saying them man got a bit more respect for Jamaicans because they do it and they cover it down. But it's just brawling.
Right, as you see. See the man come and show back and lean back and talking about the farm. Pull up his phone like he don't go to text and then throw the phone down. In front of the Guyanese face, bro.
Yeah. And
from now he's down with murder, then man get pick up for murder.
Yeah.
No man getting pressure for describe the car for murder.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ideal listening.
I'm telling you. See how persons able for suss it out. People picking up on what's going on, you know. People picking up on what's really going on.
100% wildcrafted CMOS. Only the best. Cause you deserve nothing less. 8 Butterfly.
A natural way to stay ready, baby. Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C.
The ultimate male supplement. Men's total wellness formula. Packed with essential nutrients for men's health.
She'll call you Mr. C.
Guyana needs a more robust legislation to address this issue. Our legislation
My name is your sister, Mr. Richmond. Yes. And this is so happy to have him out with the back and forth with these police, trying to even delay a hard time. But God is good. How we was praying all the time that he was going to come out. There he is. There he is. When he coming home, but today we going home. Thank God for people every tiny home today to see him on. And thanks to Mr. Mohamed for seeing us through. Because they want to put everybody to God being here. But even though we're unpaid, my name is going back and forth with these police, trying to even deny a hard time. But God is good. So we was praying all the time that he will get to come out. There he is. There is everyone asking every day when he coming home, when he coming home. But today we going home. Thank God for leaving every tiny home today to see him on. And thanks to Mr. Mohamed for seeing us through, because it wasn't for anybody to be here. But even though we were paid,
So, quick update coming in right there. We already spoke on the fact that 3 persons would have gotten bail. So we get a chance to see and hear directly from the family and the loved ones, right? Happy, celebrating the opportunity to know that, hey, the loose demand. We heard a lot of details, a whole lot of updates coming from the opposition leader and a number of other persons. We hear the secret recording as well, and we got it up as an independent video on the channel if you just want to go straight to that, right? Even more bulletins coming in on your screen right now, Delta 9 travelers. On your screen right now, there's a bulletin coming in from the force. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Line.
What's going on?
Oh my God, don't tell me, I want to talk about it. Yeah, traumatized right now. Them man put 2 straight right there with today, buddy. Yo.
No, but remember, the men I know them staying strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. How is it so far other than the upset?
Hey, busy days. Hot, so I just go outside and get some little rehabilitation to the property and empty and get little fine works in the summertime. So busy taking care of them. And then we hear with all of these updates and everything coming in.
Yeah, dark days in Guyana, bro. Dark days in Guyana. And I pray to God, my brother, that they don't come back to 2007, my brother.
Well, we don't want that, because we live through them things.
Leading to that, my brother. Leading to that.
It's traumatizing. And I would never wish it for none of the youths them, right telling you? None of them. You only wonder. You feel wonder. Never wonder.
Never wonder. Blessing love to your family, my brother. Blessing love to your audience.
Every time, big up yourself.
Albert, big up your damn self, Albert. Big up your damn self.
Yeah, big up.
No, brother. Why can these people still reluctant to all these things? Why can these still
I feel persons this think like, okay, something is gonna change without everybody participation or people looking to see what the other person is gonna do and if anything is gonna happen and this and that. Persons are afraid because of some of the same things that went down in 07 and after. And plus, in these days, as you can see, you don't know who's recording and who's selling out and who's going to put you in a situation compromising. But just I'm finishing the point right now is if we don't do nothing and we are sit and watch, nothing ain't going to change. Yeah, telling you. Nothing ain't gonna change. It's gonna get worse, buddy. The other person that just called in, we was just having a conversation, right? With a brother that just called in, and we were saying, but watch, some persons deciding if they're gonna go to the track meet, and other persons deciding how they're gonna eat in the same weekend in the same country. You hear what I'm telling you? Less than 2 million people. That's the divide that's going on right now in our place, buddy. It's crazy.
Buddy, but all these revelations, why we still get the president, my brother? The man's supposed to be most artist right away, bro. The man's supposed to be most artist right away.
It's about how
the more we want to see,
it's about
more guys we want to see, bro.
It's about how serious the persons in the country take the situation. Some persons are gonna say, hey, why this politics they've always be. So we think if somebody else is there, it's gonna be the same and this and that, and all politicians got their ways, and we know the conversation is a lot. And when we think about this thing,
look at the people who are backing these people. In one ethnicity, backing these people, and we won't call it destroying. You won't call it destroying, my brother. No joke.
A man gone in to the PPP said going into for representation. Right? 007. One minute. 007 going to PPP and say he's going in for representation, for progress, and to make sure that he's a part of the development and the growth of the nation, right? But look at the blatant corruption that's going on, and he's talking about all you want to the Kaiso.
Yeah, he can come in. Look at that, bro. He can come in. One thing I like with our top, always say, life is going down. Life is going down. You see who got more secret to who now, my brother? The thing ain't going down nice, brother. The thing ain't looking nice. Look how Guyanese and the whole of Guyana government up, bro. And we're going on with the international arena. You ain't hearing nothing from nobody. You ain't hearing nothing from the ABC. You ain't hearing nothing from the DC. You ain't hearing nothing from the Nazis. What's going on, my brother? Huh?
It's an industry. A big industry. Everybody eating off of GT. So why would they? Why would they? Remember now, people making $500,000 with one drive, and we talking about US, right? So with them kind of bread there, you got a lot of people that can just look the other way.
I believe you got to put it to the opposition leaders. You got to put it to keep you safe. No good.
Telling you. How you going on?
Okay. You know what I know with the Guyanese people? I kind of sympathize with them. Because as memory serve and should serve not for who you said they should stand up. Yeah, they should. But bro, you see what happened to them in the 90s, in the early 2000s, by the Phantom Squad, the Black Clothes.
Yeah.
And now you have the police replace these groups with sheriff, the apartment. So these people, a lot of them still have this memory in their head that they can't take out with their very loved ones in those times, and still ain't get nothing come out of it.
Bro, people who even buried loved ones had a chance to see the headline, live through the trauma. You understand? And they saying to themselves, if they got this amount of lawlessness going on right now, why am I gonna compromise the safety of myself and my family?
There you go. So these guys put the fear in them. They're still living them time, Them time looked up long time. But those things that still living you like yesterday.
Yeah. What's going on with this other person he was wanted now though? For the paper shots case.
Bro.
Hey, this you're laughing. This might be the more. Hey, what's this say? What just say, Al? Remember, I know you see Top Cop's last classroom that they had. Big up yourself to Mr. Slow and rising power to Conway and condolences to his family. right? Mr. Slow was highlighting the fact that they might bring in a person that might be willing to play the way they want to play, say the things that they want to hear said. And look, now we're hearing about a new person that is wanted. I'm telling you. Let's see what the developments and the updates are gonna be about this new person.
Them man is a bunch of clowns, and they get Guyana looking like a circus. There's a bunch of clowns. They just clowning themselves. Why they could do that? Because they are in a position that they have nobody could take them out right now because they got served their whole story. But like you say, if they touch Mohamed, I know that's when I think you might see the color of the feet on these people.
Well, trust me, we hoping that it, big up yourself, man. Yeah, we hoping that it does not reach to that, right? And we hope that the opposition leader stays safe, right? Because why should a person and their family have to deal with that kind of trauma, right? Shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be to that, and that would cause an uproar in the country in itself, right? 13 priceless ones is saying a fall guy. I'm telling you, the top cop, hey, Mr. Slow, the crystal ball is walking. Yeah, I'm telling you, the crystal ball is walking, Mr. Slow. Big up yourself. And that's why it's so important. It's so important to have persons like Slow, like Mr. Conway, like Mr. Slow, right? Because look at the insights that he dropped, and then look at this new development. Big up yourself, Carlisle. Shalom, shalom. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation, plus for being a moderator. Insightful moderation. Rasta Empress Carlisle. Rugranat, PA. I tell you, we got a lot in the comment section. Oh, beautiful, corrupt Guyana of unalivers and fraud, made rich by the Isle and lush with the diamond and gold. I'm telling you. Pick up yourself, Ashmini. It seems like Ashmini, like you campaigning for this artist position for 007 now. Like use the artist that 007 might need to bring off this Kaiso that he writing. See, you got some lyrics there. Maybe just joking. Pick up yourself, Ashmini. Thanks for being a part of the live. I'm telling you, so much going on right now with the travelers in the chat. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of the presentation. If you haven't already, Delta 9 travelers, make sure that you thumbs up the live and check and see if you were unsubscribed by YouTube, because we're getting a lot of reports that persons are being unsubscribed without themselves unsubscribing from the channel. I know what's really going on, but if you are not subscribed, subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora.
The Integrity Commission is a toothless poodle. And that's really being disrespectful to poodles. I have never heard of a case of the Integrity Commission doing any investigation to identify false filings or omissions in filings, or even question some of the assets that must have been declared or they were claimed to be declared by public officials. I am not going to jump to conclusions. The president says that he did declare that he had a farm. And I have no reason to doubt the president, because I myself knew he had a farm. I didn't know that the farm was 150 acres. And I did not know of the extensive growth in the farm. I think the last I knew of the farm, they were doing a few chickens for Royal Chicken. But what I saw on the video is a lot more. But the issue for me, if the president declared he had a farm, did the Integrity Commission ever go take a look at this farm? If Terence Campbell declares he has a farm, would they come see that I have a farm? To be fair, I don't know of them really going out and investigating anybody, be it government official or opposition or permanent secretary or regional executive officer. Which is why I've described the Integrity Commission as a toothless poodle. Back in January, I called for an amendment to the Integrity Commission Act to direct the commission to publish in the official gazette summary declarations of persons holding specified high public office. I believe that the allegations in Farmgate make this even more urgent. And as a result, I accelerated my work on that amendment and can happily report to you that today I submitted to the Clerk of the National Assembly an amendment to the Integrity Commission Act, which will call on the Commission, if passed, and I hope it gains unanimous support. I want the public to know that anybody who does not support this generally, there might be some changes that they may require, but anybody in Parliament, any parliamentarian, any party that does not support this has something to hide.
I'm telling you, you hear it right there from Honorable Mr. Campbell himself, highlighting some of the levels of corruption that's going on and certain steps that definitely are necessary in our beautiful nation as we analyze these details. Big up to all the travelers live with us. Arlene, all the frequent travelers, all the persons that are live with us for the first time. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Have you taken a couple of seconds yet to make sure that you're subscribed to Delta 9 Media? Cost you nothing. Guyana is witnessing the evil that was placed over the veil, the evil that was placed over the eyes from the 23rd of February 2002 until this date. I'm telling you. Big up yourself, 30 priceless ones. Ashmini is saying she don't mess with the 007. I'm telling you, a lot of persons hold that particular stance. Mr. Slow is a visionary. He left the force with all integrity intact. May he live long to teach us more. I'm telling you, big up yourself, Ashmini. And big up to Mr. Slow, wherever you're there. Thanks for all the insights. Miss Thompson, good night to Delta 9. Why is only now that they are saying that Mr. Mohamed is involved in the unaliving of people shots? Yeah, I'm telling you, why they bringing up back now all of this situation, rehashing the case, arresting people. Now we're hearing about new persons, new wanted bulletin. That's the new development. I'm telling you. Thanks for being a part of the live. As we can see, moderation has one more headline for us to highlight right here before we move on. Go right ahead.
Hey, dog, I jump on James Bond Calypso Jingle Challenge. The opposition are fed up with them, man. Oh, Lord. Freestyle.
Hold on, the moderation. Hold on. Wait. You see the level of ignorance we're going on in GT, buddy. You mean somebody was serious that was listening to James just a couple minutes ago and done get you ready? Hey, I tell you, leave here we're going down with this truth.
Opposition not looking for votes. Them only looking for cow and goats. The opposition not looking for votes. Them only looking for cow and goats. All day is beer lie them talking. As a need to go America. He talking about this, he talking about that. And why you go Florida and talk about that? The opposition not looking for votes. Them only looking for cow and goats. The opposition not looking for votes. Only cow and goats. Them blights in this damn good country. Every day they talking about this and that. As a D need to catch a damn plane and go America and talk about that. All day all he do is
I know about that song already. I know about the one. This seems like it's a full clown show going on. A full clown show. They think this thing is just something to play around with or something to laugh about. But if we condone this level of corruption in our country, then I'm telling you, by 2030, 2031, I know if we want to see what's going to be the developments. Father Pops, big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of the live. Greetings, we're on to Delta 9 Media Land.
Remember I like to do that with our own follow fighting against us. Remember?
Yeah.
This is what's going on, my brother. And this is what these people are saying to do. You understand? This is the level of ignorance that these people doing, my brother.
Full clown show.
And this is a past was a joke. Everybody get be entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand, my brother? Yeah.
Nothing to play around with. Nothing to clown around with and to make light of, because when you got them level of corruption and you're joking about it, you're good. You gotta be good with it.
Oh, my brother, I like to use. I want to William Jones on his man in Provo. But we just highlight things and stuff.
Yeah.
I see the man highlight family farm. The family thing, and the man says 200 and something each family gets. And the man bringing the president farm. The man said, look, this look like that. But I ain't seen no measurements. What happened? Why didn't you do like movie then do a medical thing? They believe everybody's stupid, huh?
I telling
And
you.
look what's going on. I'll tell you again, it's the color of our skin. Those are the people that must fighting down this thing right now going on, bro.
For no reason.
The dark days will be different. I can't listen.
Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in, Dion. Insightful commentary coming in from the frequent travelers. Well, guess what? Upon your screen right now, we got a brand new album by GT Youths. And this track is one of my favorite tracks off of the album. Boy. You know why? Because I know GT Youths, right? Not just because I know GT Youths, but because I could realize that the lyrics in this song come from a real place. It connect with me. And I know that it's going to connect with a lot of persons, a lot of immigrants, persons who go all over the world, and we looking for it. We looking for betterment, and we just go hard. We can't stop moving until we get to our destination. I'm telling you, big up yourself, GT Youths. You know what I'm saying? We gotta shoot something fire again. We would have shot videos in the past for one of your hit tunes that you would have put out before, right? Well, this one, let's hope that we get some opportunities where we could create another masterpiece. Do you hear what this track is all about coming in from GT Youths? And if you're already, check out his channel right now on YouTube, right? And check out the album as well. I'm going to make sure that I try to put a link in the comment section or in the video that will take you straight to his channel.
My story, my story. My story, my story. My story, my story. Yo, G. I don't know, a long time. Then the one get a youth get a shine. But that's one door closed, another open. True story from my heart to speak it. If you ever see the feeling of my heart, you would know. I make us so hard, I never move slow. Life never easy, when man I go, me not stop. If me reach me, I go. Ever see the feeling of my heart, you would know. I make us so hard, I never move slow. Life never easy, when man I go, so me not stop. If me reach me, I go. Me survive all the odds, overcome obstacles. Can't believe me still there, yeah. It's a miracle. Look like me want to give up, God over me, and it's the son of faith. You have to be strong, God of this.
Are you alone of that style, the daddy? How will you get the new song, the daddy? Blast that one day, Madino party. Are you alone of that style, the daddy?
Hungry did I beat me. You could have swing with a war in a belly. Not nice, man, go to bed belly empty. And wake up and continue the journey. If you ever see the feeling of my heart, you would know. I make us so hard, I never move slow. Life never easy, when man I go, so me not stop. If me reach me, I go. Ever see the feeling of my heart, you would know. I make us so hard, I never move slow. Life never easy, when man I go, so me not stop. If me reach me, I go. Some say me down, make it watch them out for me. I know it wasn't easy to listen to fuckery. From friends, family, trying to discourage me. But me use it as a tool, create history. So don't touch your glory before you know the story. Cause I real thing man been through testimony. So get to use, don't give up on your dreams. No matter how hard it may seem. My story, my story. My story, my story. My story, my
Big
story.
tune.
Yo, G. If you ever see the feeling of my heart, you would know. I make us so hard, I never move slow. Life never easy, when man I go, so me not stop. If me reach me, I go. Don't you ever listen to them. Ever see the feeling of my heart, you would know. I make us so hard, I never move slow. Life never easy, when man I go, so me not stop. If me reach me, I go. Me survive the odds, overcome obstacles. Can't believe me still there, yeah. It's a miracle. Look like me want to give up, God over me, and it's the son of faith. You have to be strong because of this. Hungry did I beat me. You could have swing with a war in a belly. Tough nice, man, go to bed belly empty. And wake up and continue the journey. You ever see the feeling of the heart, you would know. I make us so hard, I never move slow. Life never easy, when man I go, so me not stop. If me reach me, I go. Ever see the feeling of the heart, you would know. I make us so hard, I never move slow. Life never easy, when man I go, so me not stop. If me reach me, I go.
I'm telling you, big up yourself, GT Youths. Hey, another piece of history about GT Youths, right? Big up yourself, King. Because we doing flights together. Before I even created Delta 9 Media, we doing live presentations, doing digital flight connections, and presenting your track. You see how things has come full circle? Big up yourself. Big artist, big tune, and guess what? You can shoot a big video for this one too. Big up yourself, King. This track is coming off of the Personally Personal album by GT Youths out right now. This is one of my favorite tracks coming off of the album. I'm going to sample a couple more on other lives. Nonetheless, big up to all the travelers right now that are a part of the chat, all the travelers tuned in from all over the globe to the international digital connection, Delta 9 Media. The flight would have landed right here on Delta 9 Media. What are the travelers saying in the chat right now, though? What are the travelers saying? The two opposition party need to come together and fight for the people who put them there to make Guyana better. Real thing. Unity or else more of the same all the way up to 2030 and beyond. You're going to hear in all of these different levels of corruption and conversations, but without the majority in the house, without the power in the political spaces where that power is needed, then you can't make no real decision. Unity or else more of the same. Big up yourself. Miss Thompson, thanks for highlighting that. This is so hilarious to believe that the hit was on Roger. Is that true? If that were true, they would have took him as he stepped off of the plane. Fazol, thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation. Mandela, big up yourself. The PPP in desperation mode right now. Do you see how Jagdeo is silent? Well, he is looking at the bigger picture of the Republicans losing in the next election. The Democrats will be honing in on the PPP. Wow. So it's a geopolitics kind of conversation. It's an international implication type of conversation. You're saying that persons are contemplating, looking at the bigger picture, looking years ahead, while persons are focused on all of these present distractions. Pick up yourself, Mandela. Thanks for dropping them insights in the comment section. Because sometimes we gotta take a look forward, so we could understand what's going on in front of the face on a real basis. Real thing. Real thing. See, great minds think alike. They will find all the distractions from the mess. Right? Real thing, buddy. Big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of this presentation and for dropping some real insightful commentary so persons can get insights on a lot of these things. Right? They definitely gotta focus on dethroning and unifying themselves and putting themselves in the eyes of the people right now as the government coming, as the government in waiting, because we know 2030, 2031 election time. But people want to see the representation that will be taking these new positions. So they got to be some amount of unity. They can't be this back and forth and this fighting and this bickering and all of these things. Let's hope that with the Congress coming up for APNU, we don't see a lot of them big open back and forth and all of this wrangling and tangling. And we hope that persons are able to, at least in the public and for the good of the country, move forward with some amount of unity, because without unity, history would have proven it and political scholars would have highlighted this as well. Coalition. Coalition is where the APNU and the PNC sees most of its recent success. Right? Coalition politics. We didn't even care about the one we're writing the clown song for 007. We ain't got no time with nobody who want to distract me from them. Big up yourself to GT Youths and his new album, Personally Personal. Big up to Father Pops, all the persons that are a part of the live right now. Big up to all the travelers, every single person in the live, all the moderators, everybody that's here for the first time. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. It don't cost you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything. And these are the votes from the last poll question that we had up on the channel, right? These are the votes from the last poll that we had up on the channel. If the recording is real, what is the main objective behind targeting the opposition leader? To silence the 2.4 billion farm scandal? 52% of the voters are saying that that's the reason. More than half of the voters is saying that to silence the 2.1 billion farm scandal is the real reason for the main object is the real reason and the main objective for targeting the opposition leader. 22% is saying that, listen, this is legitimate justice for people sharks. That's why certain persons are being targeted. 22% is saying that. Okay. 26% is saying that this is pure political warfare. What are your views? The ones that are going to catch this in the rewind in the future. Drop it in the comment section and let's have some meaningful, right thinking conversation about this. The flight would have landed, Delta 9 travelers, and I will catch you in the next one. Big up yourself every single time. And thanks for making this live presentation what it is every single time. One love.